Despite being born and raised in California, our next guest is famous for her amazing Southern cuisine, and she's here today to make the ultimate cold weather comfort food. I'm very excited. Please welcome back Lori Rogers. Welcome back, Lori.
Oh, thank you for having me. I love coming.
So happy to have you here,
Yes.
and I'm thrilled to be in the kitchen with you, and we are making an amazing beef stroganoff.
Yes.
This is so delicious, and something you didn't even know you were a huge fan of. This is a great story.
I had no clue. I said one day, I'm going to make beef stroganoff for dinner.
Yeah.
And my mom was over, and she says, oh, I used to make that all the time. No, you didn't. And she insisted, she's like, yes, I did, because my mom did actually cook every day. I'm like, Mom, you didn't make this. Anyway, so I go ahead, and I make it, and I tasted it, and I looked at her, and I said, that's what that was?
It all came flooding back.
And then I went, oh, I love this dish. And she said, I know.
Yeah,
You always did.
You were raised on it your whole childhood. It's a fantastic story.
It's the perfect thing for my cookbook because it absolutely brings me good memories.
Oh, that's what it's all about. Those taste buds will bring back the memories. That is for
Yes.
sure. Okay. Well, we've got some beef already browned here in bowl. Now let's talk about the cut of beef that you choose to use.
I like to use a chuck roast, like basically a pot roast. Some people actually even use filet mignon in this dish, which is, I mean, it's very fancy, and I don't think it really does what it needs to do. But I like to use chuck because it's really priced well for families.
Yes.
So it's the kind of thing you can get a nice big pot roast, and it's affordable for the family. And there's a lot of good fat and marbling in there. So the flavor of the dish is just amplified.
And wouldn't you say cooking it like this also tenderizes it a little bit too? Yeah. Okay.
It does. A little the way you cook it in the sauce in the end.
That is what we're about to do.
Here
right
making
here.
some very yummy
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie, Larissa, Marie. You guys are going to have to wait for us to finish cooking, and I will serve you as soon as we can. But first, let's see what else we have here in this Dutch oven. We've got a little onions.
We've got some onions and mushrooms in here.
Okay.
And this is really fun. A lot of people traditionally just use mushrooms or some just onions, but I like to mix the two because every good meal starts with mushrooms and onions, in my opinion. Okay. Now to that, I've added a little bit of cooking sherry.
And then what does that bring to the dish
This
here?
brings a nice fullness of flavor. It rounds it out, and you can also use any white wine, so red wine. So if you don't have any sherry, but you've got a little Pinot Noir,
Yeah.
throw it in there and drink the rest. You know, yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
And then we're going to add some beef broth.
Okay.
All right, and this is the basis for the sauce that's going to be our whole stroganoff.
The stroganoff, yeah.
Yes.
The stroganoff that will be.
That
now,
will
do
be.
we have to let that come together before we add some thickening agent to it?
Yes, so we want this to come to a boil. You want it to come to a nice rapid boil, not too fast, but a nice rapid boil. And to that, we're going to add a little bit of a flour and additional beef broth slurry. And
Okay.
that's going to thicken it.
Okay.
So while this is coming to a boil, get a little flour.
It's interesting how little flour will be able to thicken this this pot.
You really don't need a lot, but if you want it thicker, like we tend to make gravies a little too thick in my house, I'll be honest. So we add a little bit more flour, but if you want to be more traditional and appropriate, just maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons.
Okay, all right, just about as much as that. And so now let's just pretend this is coming to a boil already. That's the time when we add this in there to thicken it up.
And make sure when you whisk it together that it's thin. Otherwise, you'll get a lumpy gravy.
no,
That's what people
nobody likes
say.
lumpy
Okay.
Nobody wants
Nobody wants lumpy gravy,
They'll
that's
talk
for
about
sure.
you.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way, everybody, that's for sure.
We still
Okay.
talking about a lumpy gravy from a few Thanksgivings ago at my house.
That's the,
I thought it was
You weren't responsible for it, were you?
I'm sorry, Tina, my sister-in-law.
Dad.
And now no one will trust me with the gravy. I was like, it was one time.
Well,
I got you.
You got to talk to
call
Lori
me, I
about
got
all
you.
this. Look, it's okay, Dad. You're allowed. You're right. So now, once that comes together,
To a nice boil. where
nice
it's
boil again.
thickening.
Okay, very good. Then the beef comes back into the
add
mix.
the meat in.
Now, how long do we let it simmer like this with the beef in there?
You want to go for about 7 or 8 minutes because you want the beef to finish cooking. Initially, when we brown this beef, you're not going to cook it all the way then. You just want to get some color on it.
I got
So
you.
it's going to finish cooking in this whole sauce.
And that helps tenderize it as well, right?
And
Go ahead,
tenderizes
Maria.
as
When you brown the beef, do you add flour when you do that, or you just brown it as is?
You can. Some people
Okay.
add the flour then, some add it later. I like to add it later because then I can really make sure that it's going to be thin. I told you we use too much flour. But you can do it either way, honestly. But I
Good
like to just sear it
question,
by
Maria.
itself. That was good.
I love
And
it.
like you said, 7, 8 minutes
Yeah.
or so, and then eventually you end up with a little something like this. You got that in there?
Yes,
Great,
yes.
very good.
Can we lift this? Is it too hot?
I think we're okay.
He's got those
Eat
good
that
strong
even
hands.
without the noodles.
Oh, that's right. There's
yeah.
noodles. There's carbs in this.
Noodles and beef stroganoff.
is better with carbs.
Who knew? But guess what? This isn't ready yet. Little secret ingredient coming in right now. What do we have?
Sour cream.
I think it's a secret ingredient. Is that fair to
You know,
say?
Most people do some version of sour cream. Some put it on as a scoop traditionally on top.
Okay.
I've
That's how
actually
I've always
that.
seen it.
Well, maybe I'll just say that I didn't see it coming to
That's
come
okay.
into this
It's a
beautiful
secret
dish.
ingredient for you.
Yeah.
And I'm making this for you.
Not so secret anymore. Here we go.
I'm gonna mix in some sour cream, and this is going to bring an amazing creaminess to it. Now I'm adding it a little at a time because I
Okay.
don't want to overwhelm the pot with it all at once. You know, think about it. Would you want somebody to dump this much sour cream in you at once?
Yeah.
I would prefer someone to take their time with it.
Yeah, just take
There
your
you
time,
go.
love on it, you know?
Okay, good.
Just like that. And then once you get it in there, we're gonna serve this with some traditional egg noodles this time. Now you can use mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, sure.
Any carb will do. Pick a carb, any carb. But I like
That would almost
using
be
egg
like
noodles.
a shepherd's pie-ish sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But my mama did it with egg noodles. So if my mama did it with egg
If
noodles.
your mama did it with egg
right.
noodles, that's what we're going to do here today, right here
Yes.
and right now.
And you want to get a good spoon, good
Wow,
ladle,
Lori.
and don't be don't be skimpy with it. Don't be shy with it.
a
Garnish that
little
up for me.
parsley on there?
Boom.
There we,
Oh my
there
gosh,
we
this is
go.
perfect.
Here we
There's
go.
a-
You know, it's still really cold across the United States, and it's snowing in some parts still.
Yes.
This is perfect.
This is
for-
going to warm you from the
for a
inside
cool
out.
winter's day, isn't it?
This will make you feel like you're a kid again. When I'm telling you, every time I bite into this, I just get this whole thing and go, I had no idea that's what she was making. And it was just delicious, and it made me feel warm, and it makes me feel like mama's girl again. I feel 8 or 9 again when I eat this. You know,
A big hug.
it is like a big hug. It is.
We needed to give a shout out to Maddie, too, your daughter. You came in here saying she's a big Hallmark fan. She loves to watch the movies, and we appreciate that
No,
very
she
much.
loves to watch Cameron.
Well,
Let's
I was
clarify.
fishing a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I was fishing a little bit there. I was doing a little fishing. I kind of knew that already.
She loves Cameron.
Hi, Maddie. Thank you for watching, Maddie. We
Will you
appreciate
bring
it. I mean
Maddie
that.
next time with
Yeah.
you?
Well, the fact that she just heard you say that, I think I have to.
Right now, Maddie, you're invited. You come to the kitchen and cook with your mom next time, or just sit here and eat with me. Either way, this is beautiful, Lori.
Excellent.
You feel like a kid again, don't you?
Oh,
it just
my
warms you from the
goodness.
inside out. That's what comfort food really is.
That's right.
It's something that warms you from the inside out and just makes you say, "Ah, all is right in the world again.
It's funny, it's rich and light at the same time. And it doesn't make
Yes.
sense, but it's so good.
Melt in your mouth right here. Oh, it's beautiful.
Melts in your mouth is
And that
right. Thank
sour
you
cream.
again so much,
Whoa.
Laura. You guys continue to enjoy that.
job.
And as always, this wonderful recipe is available at hallmarkchannel.com.